You are watching Political Promises. My name is Eukaria Nkem Okafor. With me here is Mr. Toba Owojaye. He's a political analyst. And another very pretty lady here, Miss Claudia. And we want to talk about women victory in sport, a progress for Nigeria. There are some controversial issues as regards to the award given to them. Nigerians are kind of reacting. $100,000 for each player. What a beautiful reward. $50,000 for each coach and technical team. Do we think that this is a very beautiful one? Because, out there, people are saying, why should we have to, the government have to give this very beautiful reward to these very young footballers and basketball players, where there are other people, other government workers who have worked for years. So, Mr. Toba, I've always seen you as a lover of Nigeria. You love this country so much. At every point, you will have something to boast about, you have something to criticize. So you're welcome to this program.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the ladies for doing us proud in Africa and the world. Their victories trended not just in Nigeria, but in the whole of the global space for a whole week. It was not an easy victory for the Tigresses. Each basketball match, they were coming from a losing position before they had to win. From the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals, they were losing at many points. But they came up with what we have, the Nigerian fighting spirit. And they were able to make it the 5th consecutive victory for the female basketball team, headed by a beautiful woman, Reina Makama. And then we also have the Falcons, who the last time they won was 2018.
Yeah.
In 2022, they came 4th. They lost the semifinals to Morocco, who won at the end of the day, and they lost to Zambia and got 4th place. And this time around, they faced the same Morocco. In Morocco, the host countries, and they were able to prevail. So it's something to celebrate, something to give us Nigerians a sense of pride. And it's good to see that beyond a handshake, the last government gave handshakes. I think people should be able to retire well. You are playing these sports. We've seen many footballers go completely bankrupt.
Yeah.
Taribo West, we saw Rashid Yekini, and a lot of them go completely bankrupt. At least this gives them some funds to fall back on. If they are wise, of course, they can put that money in bonds or treasury that will give them 18% per year. If you have a 3-bedroom in Abuja, at least it's a bed to fall on. That you won't play sport forever. You can't play football for the next 10 years. But when you retire, there's something to fall back on. I served my country. I should have a good house. But that doesn't take from all the other needs that people have. A military man did a video saying they are not earning up to 100,000. That is his complaint. It's a valid complaint. But it should not douse the good that has been done. You cannot make the poor rich by making the rich poor. Let me say it again. You cannot make the poor rich by making the rich poor. It doesn't solve the problem.
But let me come in. I remember there was a time, some Nigerians were saying the allowances those in the Senate House are having, if you can slash it a little, that at least life will be better for the poor. So yes, can I disagree with you a little where you say
yes, you can. I'm talking about a reward system. This is not a salary. The ladies are not on a salary. This is a reward system for performance. I am sure the Tigress, they had won 5 consecutive. It's not the same players. I want people to know that. Because even the girls that won for the Falcons, 7 players were playing for the first time. And another thing I want us to even talk about is the fact that most of these girls are playing abroad. It also comes into play when they have global experience.
Yeah.
One of the girls, Esther, is playing in USA. The other one is playing in Canada. They are playing and learning global football. Let's also extend that to our business entrepreneurship. We have a lot of business people who have been abroad, who are abroad, who can come and do wonders in Nigeria. What the president is doing is beyond sports. He's saying for you to have gone abroad, learned a global way of doing things, and win with us. There's a girl who is British Nigerian, and she identified with Nigeria, Palm 3, and she came to play. It's a thing of joy for her.
So it's good she came home.
Yes, so it makes people in diaspora see that there may be a space for us to take our talent and experience back home, identify with our country. This will help us even in the next Olympics, because a lot of players have left Nigeria to play outside. If they see that there's a good reward system that the government is putting in place for excellence, it will encourage them. For those who want to play for other countries, they will think, okay, let me try Nigeria and see.
Okay. Let me hold you there. Before we go further, I would like to throw a question to Ms. Claudia. Now, this victory, the female Falcon having this special victory, can we play it down to what we say, what a man can do, a woman can also do it better? Could we play it down to that?
I wouldn't go that far by saying what I know, that what a man can do, a woman can also do. Maybe not better, but they can still.
But they did it better.
Yes, women did better. I will agree with
better
that for this one.
They did better in this time. Okay, they did better, but it's not just about now. What they have done is to set a record for those coming behind them.
Yes.
It's a challenge, because the ones coming behind them need to do better than them.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I think it's a way of encouraging others, because a lot of people are talented in football, but not everybody goes that far.
Yeah.
Even if those are given chances, some of them don't take it because they feel like, for instance, during World Cups, you see players coming from big clubs, they don't give their best because the Nigerian government does not pay them. Their clubs pay them. And if they sustain injuries during this period, who pays for it?
True.
Their career is over. But these girls went out there and gave their all. So I think the president honoring them is not a bad thing. And it's just that he needs to find balance in other areas too, so that people don't really talk about it that much. But at the end of the day, it's encouraging others that they too can go this far, achieve these results, and be rewarded. I think that's just...
Okay, that's a very beautiful. Okay, going back to what Mr. Toba said, I think you said something very, very exceptional when you said that we should also see this reward as a way of our government encouraging these young girls. Mm-hmm. Now, we shouldn't always, as Nigerians, we are always looking at the negative side of it. Mm-hmm. But from your utterances, you are trying to say we should appreciate what the government did. Mm-hmm. These are young girls, young ladies, playing internationally. Mm-hmm. They should see reasons to come home. Years back, our medical doctors, they left Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Why? Because they are not being paid. So now are you trying to tell me that this present government want to change the narrative?
Yes, that's clearly what's on ground. See, you need to have a reward system. There's salary, but there must be a reward for exceptional performance. The former minister, Professor Isa Pantatami, has brought it up also with a little plate of northern politics and said a young boy, 17-year-old, won a world spelling bee competition from Nigeria, and he's 17 years old, and he says he needs to be rewarded. I agree with him. The president should bring it back up, reward the boy, and honor him. Why? Because most of the girls playing in these teams are not from the north. So people will not say that, it's because he's southerners in the tournament. If he balances this up and that 17-year-old boy gives him that amount of money, maybe not all in cash, but some part of it in scholarship, so that he furthers, we need to have a reward system for excellence. And the president is putting this in place. The next thing he should begin to do, in my opinion, everybody in Nigeria who graduates with a first class should be given an immediate employment and some amount of grants. Let's say $10,000. Nothing overly exceptional, but you need to. You see, we are seeing Big Brother on. Big Brother is doing 150 million for the winner, and we're seeing a lot of nudity.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of things that can be decaying our society.
Wrong.
And in the past, we've seen spelling bee winners get 50,000 naira. For educational excellence in spelling bee, you get 50,000 naira. Then what is the incentive to be brilliant? What is the incentive to study? But with this move by the president, I believe the president is hearing us, because I know he watches Grassroots TV. He needs to extend it to areas beyond sports. Every area in which Nigerians are doing exceptionally well and making the country proud. You may not need to give all of them award. We cannot give the whole Nigeria award. But put some good money in their hands, put a dwelling place in their hands, and we welcome this move by the president. It should still get to pension. Why is it harder to settle pension than this? Pension may be 3,000 people or 30,000 people. If you want to use the same money to settle 30,000 people, you will have far more issues. But we must get to where the people can celebrate a good without downplaying on it. It's like I say, I got first in my class. Then you came and say, you tell if you got third in your class. My first is not competing with your third. You can allow me shine for the moment I am shining, right? So we can just celebrate these women for the great things they've done. Women are better in some areas than men. Men are better in some areas than women. But in some areas like sports, anybody has the chance. I don't see the Super Eagles winning the trophy easier than it is for the Falcons, because the female football has more space for African dominance, and we're seeing ourselves doing well in it. Let's continue in it.
Okay, before we wrap up with this, Mr. Toba, do you think there is anything exceptional this female Falcon has done, aside this reward, that has made them achieve this feat?
Yes,
do you think there's
yes.
something they have done that is different from our conventional or traditional way of doing things?
Like I said, the coach dropped 7 big names. The coach had the bravery to drop 7 big names that had played before. Let us also extend it to other parts of life. The old must make way for the new. It's not because those people didn't serve the Falcons in their time. They are aging. They are becoming slower. They are finding it harder to play with the modern football pattern. The coach had the bravery to drop 7 big players and won the tournament. The coach had to pick players from local league and foreign league based on merit and experience. This is the same thing we need to bring into our politics. This is the same thing we need to bring into our business and entrepreneurship. And with it, there was nothing tribal about it. Yeah. There was nobody playing because you are from this tribe or this part of the country or this religion. This is the way forward for Nigeria. The day Nigeria can choose a president, a governor, a whatever, based on his merits and what he brings to the table, we will have this kind of victories every day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toba. Over to Ms. Claudia. I always want to throw some controversial questions to you. Now from what has, the victory, the progress that our female footballers is giving to us, now would you encourage Nigerians to, bring down gender discrimination and begin to see strength from the female, knowing that being a woman does not mean you cannot do what others are doing if you are being trained. So now let's take it away from football. Let's go into other aspects of life. Would you encourage Nigerians to train the female ones, the ladies also, to do things that we feel they can't do ordinarily?
Now that is taking us back to when you said what men can do, women can do better. Gender equality should not even play in the role of life, because I feel that given circumstances and given time, women can excel at anything. In education, in medicine, even in driving, let me just bring it down, because
of course,
I've
of
seen
course.
a lot of women who have taken up the challenge of becoming drivers,
Wow.
and they're even keke,
Even both.
even both, yes, and they're
female
doing well at
drivers.
it, and they're doing good. So I think that the government should not just, or the society should not just look at men as sustaining society. They should bring it down to who can do it. It should not be about gender. It should be about who can do it. So if the trainings are available, they should encourage everybody who can participate to take part in it, so that at the end of the day, the good results will be achieved, not just because the person is a man or is a woman. The Falcons have gone ahead to prove that they are not just beautiful faces, they are strengths. So they gave that to us, and they showed us that Nigerians can be better than what people perceive us to be. It, like the lady from England, on the 17, 18, 19, she played under England, but she came back to identify her father's roots, to be able to come back home and say, I belong here. And then she went ahead and proved that she can be a Nigerian and still be better at what she does. I know the world sees us in a different light, but we are trying. In the world out there, in medicine, in everything, in education, Nigerians are trying. In politics, not just politics, I will not put that one there, but in engineering, in so many things, Nigerians are excelling, like he said. Yeah. So we are a trailblazing country that is producing people who are making impact in the world already. And this is on both sides of the gender. It's not just the women and the men. Both sides are doing this very well. So I think that more opportunities should be given to Nigerians who want to do it. And we should remove the issue of tribe. The tribal sentiment is destroying us. Like sometimes the people are not good, but because they identify from where you come from, you put them on the list and they end up disappointing. But the coach didn't do that. He chose who he knew could deliver. And that is what we got. The result was winning. So I think opportunities should be given to both men and women at the end of the day to bring victory home.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toba. Thank you very much, Miss Claudia. This is a very wonderful one. But viewers, before we call it a day, let's try and appreciate what the government have done. Like Mr. Toba said, it is to encourage ourselves, encourage this young one, so that even when they play globally, when they play outside, they remember there is a place called home. Keep watching Political Promises on Grassroots TV.